Hello, world history. Sorry I'm out again today, so you are going to be getting a video lecture. I hope this is thoroughly entertaining for you. So we're going to jump back to last semester with the fall of Rome. So as you remember, because of that wonderful debate, there's numerous causes for the fall of Rome in the West, but one of the main causes is that Germanic migration, where numerous tribes come in and sack Rome and take them out. We have the Visigoths who start moving from the far east, what would be from Russia or the Ukraine on the map today. They go down into the Balkan area, and it looks like they're going to go after Constantinople, but in 328, they are stopped in a way by Eastern Rome. They win the battle, but they decide to not go after Constantinople. Instead, they keep on walking to Rome, which they go and sack in 410 CE. This is the first time that Rome has been sacked from way back when the Etruscans took them out. So this is a very long time. After that, the Visigoths moved on into Spain. Unfortunately, there was a group in Spain called the Vandals. They get kicked out and they go on to sack Rome in 455 because they are kicked out of their home, and they jump on over to North Africa and swing on over then to Italy and sack them in in 455. The Roman emperors after that are basically treated like Germanic tribal puppets. Some emperors are actually members of the Germanic tribe. They are not Roman at all. But in 476, Odoacer or Odoacer, if you want to go Latin or Germanic pronunciation, takes out the final emperor, Romulus Augustus, and crowns himself king of Italy. And so that whole Germanic migration ends up with Rome in the west falling. However, Constantinople in the east continues on. So when Rome falls, we have a huge power vacuum issue. I mean, what are we going to do? Rome is gone. And Rome was the superpower, and it was holding everything together. And now we have all of these roaming Germanic tribes. This is not a good situation if you just simply want to be a farmer and not have a roaming band of Germanic tribes come through and take all of your food and maybe some of your fellow villagers with them as slaves and killing some other people. This is not a good situation. So Europe is now entering a new age with the loss of Rome, and it has traditionally been called the Dark Ages, but people are starting to change that because they say the Dark Ages is a little bit too biased, and maybe we shouldn't call it that. Because then people assume that there's no improvement in science, that there's no great artistic achievements, that there's nothing going on, but people sitting in squalor surrounded by fog, like every single movie tries to show. So it wasn't like that totally, but yes, it was a time period in Europe of political unrest, of a whole bunch of tribal movements, and the creation of new countries. We are going to see the creation of England, the creation of France, and other countries. So the Middle Ages are divided into three periods. The early Middle Ages from 500 to 1000, the High Middle Ages. I don't know why they can't have the Middle Ages. Apparently that's too redundant. So early, middle, and then finally the late Middle Ages from 1250 to 1500. Some people date the Renaissance beginning in 1300. Other people go with 1400, and other people still on top of that go with 1450. You can go and join historian debates if you want to talk about when you think the Middle Ages are kind of going out and the Renaissance are coming in. Or you can just kind of say, okay, we'll let historians debate that and be fine with that. Yeah. So Europe in now the 6th century, we're starting to have kingdoms develop. It's not necessarily what you know, but because right now we've still got the Ostrogothic kingdom, which I know we're talking about all the time, but it's coming out to being kind of nicknamed Italy. It's the Italian peninsula. We have the Frankish kingdom, which we know are going to be the French here. We've got Angles and Saxons jumping ship from mainland continental Europe over into Britain. We've got the Visigoths now settling what is going to become Spain and Portugal. And over to the east, we still have the Eastern Roman Empire, which the British, sometime in the future during the Enlightenment, start calling the Byzantine Empire. So, but if you lived in the Byzantine Empire during the time of the Byzantine Empire, you would call yourself Roman. That's it. So Rome's fallen in the West. It's devastating, but the East continues on. It's still a great place of enlightenment. In the West, yeah, they kind of forget how to even make cement. That's bad. So your houses are not going to be that great or grand. We're not going to go do any major building projects in the Dark Ages period, but a new society is still going to be forged. Christianity is growing and spreading throughout Europe, and kings start to really love Christianity because with the Catholic Church, it brings in a hierarchy system and it substantiates their rule, and they could call themselves the God-appointed ruler, and they think this is really awesome, and so they're all for converting and having their subjects convert. Subjects are random peasants are converting for various reasons. But at least Christianity is going to be a stabilizing factor during this time period because it's going to give a moral code for people to follow. You probably shouldn't murder your neighbor. It's not good. It's looked down upon. Other kingdoms still followed the 12 tables, the Roman law code, like the Ostrogothic kingdom right there, while others went and followed Germanic law, which isn't much of a law at all. They don't have a written law code. So that makes things more difficult. Over time, though, new and stronger nations are going to develop in the West. So we have the Ostrogothic kingdom in Italy, the Visigoths in Spain, the Frankish kingdom in France and Germany, and the Anglo-Saxons setting up house in England. Now, with the Germanic tribes, they have crucial family bonds. We have patriarchal extended families, and they are all going to live together, farm together, and protect each other. However, if you are in an area following Germanic law, law is personal. If somebody is murdered in your family by a rival family or a rival clan or tribe, man, game on. It's the Hatfield and McCoys. You are going to go out and wreak revenge on those other people. And they're then probably going to come back and wreak havoc on you. So, a few houses might be burned, some chickens might be stolen, and Grandma might be kidnapped, which is never good. At the end of all of this, we might have an outside person come in, hear the case of how each family has hurt the other family, and then go and render his verdict and saying, all right, if you guys want peace, then I am going to kind of add up all of the loss, which, yes, they are going to then kind of do math in case anybody is murdered, how much that kind of person was worth, which is a very weird system to think about. But with that, they would then exchange money, Wehrgeld, what is known as man money. And then the feud would be put to rest, hopefully. Not always. Could start again in another 2 years. So, yeah, just how it is. However, in the end, the church links everybody together, at least under a moral code, if they want to actually follow it. But that's going to be tomorrow's lecture. So thank you for listening. Now you are going to have work time on your timeline. So there are YouTube links in the Google Classroom for you to use for your timeline. And if you have any questions, shoot me off an email. If you want to use paper, there should be paper still somewhere near the front of the room. I haven't been there for a couple of days, but there should be paper, or else somebody can go and get some for you. Enjoy.